just arrived Laura's fashion show. I look amazing.
Chioma, she always feel like, okay, she wants to make an entrance. I'm like, babe, nobody can outshine me when it comes to fashion.
I'm not sure if this is the actual collection. Right now, you understand what I'm seeing.
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, I think this conversation is already long overdue, and thank God we now have a reason to talk about this fashion war that has been going on with the Real Housewives of Lagos cast. Guys, it was quite an interesting episode watching those women flay out, have their mini beefs, and you know, guys, it's now beginning to get a little clearer why there is this big tension that we see amongst these ladies. Guys, I'm going to be telling you about the conversations, the gist that happened in the Real Housewives of Lagos, the latest episode, you all. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. My name is Julie T. Welcome to another update of our favorite reality show. You guys know reality shows, real-time stories are like a favorite topic in this space. So if you like it, please subscribe by clicking on the red subscribe button right now. Thank you as you do so. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell, guys, because that would always help you get alerts of my video every time I share new content. Guys, with that said, can we get into this gist already? So apparently from that conversation, we can tell that you know that feminine war, that woman war, that female war where one person is beefy one person because this person is best dressed or overdressed or better dressed than this person. That is exactly what is happening with us women. And guys, I'm not even going to lie. When I actually heard Toyin actually say that about Chioma, I'm like, okay, really? Like, girlfriend, are you sure you know what you're saying? Because I mean, we have something to say. I don't know, but guys, I mean, when you guys seriously look at Chioma and Toyin, who do you think is better dressed? Like, this is a conversation we should have, and I'm definitely going to be dissecting it. You guys know how I do it. I keep it real in this channel. But guys, before I go into this conversation, let me know who your favorite dressed is. Let me know who you think is slaying it among these ladies. Is it Caroline for you? Is it Chioma for you? Is it Laura, who had a fashion show in this episode? Is it Toyin? Is it is it Yabo? Is it Mariam? Who is the best dressed amongst these women? Because this is seriously a war. There's seriously beef. There's this fashion fiasco that's been going on among these women. And right now, we know what the problem is, and we're going to be talking about it. But before I go into telling you my own part of the story, before I go into giving you the gist, my own insight on what I think the fashion war is all about, I'd just like to give you a run through on everything that went down. You guys know I like to keep it real. I take it from my last video. I try to keep you updated with the latest conversation. So guys, let's just go into the gist and then we'll get back to who is doing better. But guys, don't forget to let me know, drop in your comments. Let's know who is doing it better in the comment section. Now guys, you guys know that the last episode we actually saw was Laura's mini hangout over her fashion launch, and you know, two people did not turn up. Caroline was not there, Chioma was not there. Yabojo gave a call to Chioma and she said she had traveled. So guys, basically in this episode we actually saw, you know, Mariam hook up with Chioma, and the question was like, why didn't you show up? Okay, if you had not shown up, why did Caroline not show up? And eventually Mariam ended up saying, you know what, I want you guys to come around. Laura is doing this and that. Make sure you turn up. And girlfriend, all of those ladies turned up at Laura's launch. That launch was quite interesting. I have a lot of things to say about that. So it was like a fashion fiasco. We actually saw Iyabo's daughter come around, Priscilla. She was on the runway. It looked pretty just watching the two of them. I mean, for me, the highlight for this particular episode was just the fashion runway show, and looking at how Iyabo and Priscilla were running down the runway, it was so beautiful to watch. You know, everybody like felt it. Chioma was saying my ovaries, you know, Caroline was praying and saying, I wish to see this happen with me and my kids. So, and then we actually saw Laura's baby Brian run the runway. It was quite an amazing show. But what I did not understand about that fashion runway was actually seeing the dresses that were there. I was expecting to see something glamorous, something to laugh over. You know, there's something about fashion shows that when you see it, it's always something really tight. But anyways, before that actually happened, we actually saw, you know, Toyin at her 40th birthday. So she had this t-shirts on. She said she was celebrating her mom. She was giving out mats and mugs to Muslims, you know, for prayers and all that. I think, you know, it's like, you know, it's her religion and she wanted to just share, be generous, you know. So she did some street thing. We actually saw Laura come around to be a part of it. We saw Mariam wearing like covering up, showing up, and you know, it was quite an interesting episode. So after that was when this fashion show actually started. Now, guys, as usual, they waited. Caroline was the last person to show up. I mean, Caroline literally told us that she came 6 hours late, that the fashion show was supposed to start by 2. She came by 8, and the fashion show was just getting started. And at the end of the day, there are a lot of highlights in that fashion show. But one of the biggest highlights in that fashion show was actually hearing, you know, Toyin say, you know what, Chioma is always trying to make an entrance, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why won't she make an entrance, guys? Why would she not make an entrance? Are you guys not in a reality show? Was that not a fashion show? Was it not supposed to be a fashion fiasco? I mean, I was really expecting to see something drop dead gorgeous from Toyin. I was really kind of upset that she has not been showing anything. I'm not even going to lie. If Toyin is really the fashion goddess, she is really not proving that point to the viewers on the Real Housewives of Lagos. Like, guys, I feel Toyin has been more ceremonious. She's always wearing suits, looking very corporate and all that kind of thing. I'm not really feeling Toyin's swag in this fashion fiasco fight. I mean, the Real Housewives of Lagos. If you think differently, let me know in the comment section. But I'm not gonna lie, Chioma is the showstopper. She's always coming out prepared, nailing it. So she actually nailed it this time. She said, you know, she feels it in her guts. From whatever she's saying, you know she is coming there to do the extra. And Yabojo is always there to pay the compliment of, Chioma, you are too extra. So we literally just saw them have that fashion, you know, runway thing. And, you know, afterwards we saw these girls, ladies hanging out, having like this mini chats. So guys, in that mini chat, we actually saw, you know, Mariam, you know what, you guys are going to be coming to my house next. So guys, you have it here. The next hangout is going to be happening with Mariam. Mariam is going to be hosting. It looks like literally all those ladies have hosted the ladies aside from Mariam, because you all know it started with Yabojo. I know it started with Tiana, Toyin, and then Yabojo, and then after Yabojo, it was Chioma. After Chioma, it was it was Caroline rather. After Caroline, it was Chioma. After Chioma, you know, it is Laura. Now it is Mariam's time to, you know, take the ladies out. And you know, there was just a lot of swear words that Mariam is just full of. I think she's the extra when it comes to talking. So she kept blabbing a lot about, if you talk trash, I'm going to throw you out of my house. And, you know, literally all the ladies had a problem with that. But I don't know why they don't confront these things when it happens. Because we did not see any action when Mariam was talking. We only heard them when they were, you know, in the other arena saying, you know what, she should shut up. I mean, they should have told Mariam to her face. Let's see if there would have been a fight. But we just heard Mariam invite them over to the next outing. And guys, after that conversation, you know, Caroline and, you know, Chioma, you know, said their goodbyes. They left, and then we now have 3 people left. We had Toyin. Toyin and Caroline were strongly beefing themselves. In fact, we're going to come to that beef later on. I'll just let it cool off in this season. Maybe in the next season, we're going to, in the next episode rather, we're going to watch out and see where the highlights are going to, so that we'll know what the beef for Caroline is. But, you know, for people like Toyin, you've always heard Toyin say, you know what, Caroline is always wearing fleshy clothes, exposing her body and all that. I don't know why Toyin has a problem with that, considering she's a fashion goddess herself. Like, this should be a normal thing in her industry. Like, seriously, right now, I would say it's really hilarious to see that these women are beefing themselves because of their fashion sense and drive. I'm like, hey, guys, can you get it real? So, literally, we now saw Mariam, Toyin, and, you know, Toyin was just giving the attitude for this season. Like, Toyin and Laura, now we understand why they click. So, it was more like, you know, Mariam actually explained why the 2 of them showed up, because Laura was saying that she was surprised that Caroline and Chioma came around, and she said, you know what, I invited them, I told them they can come, and I extended the invitation from Chioma to Caroline. And, you know, Laura had a problem with that, but she didn't say it in the face of Mariam, and that leaves me with this opinion of why are these people always acting like it's all good? Oh, I don't have a problem with this one. Oh, I don't have a problem with this one. But at the end of the day, they ended up fighting. I mean, whatever. But guys, that was just literally where it ended. The whole episode ended with us seeing like a different kind of vibe. Now this time Mariam is going to be calling the shots. She's been the loudest since she came in, and we're expected to see another Bascos, because the truth is that for every single episode we watch, there is new Bascos. This particular Bascos was just, you know, seeing how Toyin was really beefing Chioma because of her dress sense, and I'm like, now wow. And now the funny part, or the hypocritical part of it is, you know, you're beefing Chioma for her good sense of humor. Now, it is Laura's fashion runway, and you're busy marketing to the same Chioma. And I'm like, now, so you should be proud that you actually have a friend who's a fashionista who can end up patronizing you. And of course, your game up at the end of the day, because I really don't understand this beef about who is the better dress. I mean, Toyin, because you run a styling company does not mean that other people cannot dress better than you. Because truly speaking, honestly speaking, I would say Chioma Goodhead is doing a better job at slaying, and yes, representing the queen of goddess or fashion of goddess or whatever that means. I feel Chioma is doing a better job when it comes to dress sense. Because guys, literally from the word go, from the word begin, from the word starts, Chioma has been keeping her sauce steady and consistent. I mean, guys, a flip through on this fashion fiasco, especially from these women, you'd understand that there's something very dynamic about Chioma. She's always doing the extra. Even when she's wearing t-shirts, it's always dynamic and extra. I mean, for me, Toyin is just a regular dresser. Yes, I know when she starts with, she does a great job, but I mean, I'm talking about her representing herself in the show. I think Chioma is doing a better job because Chioma is more versatile in her dressing. Toyin is too ceremonious, like, yeah, Chioma is also ceremonious, but she has an adventurous part of it. There is a versatility part of it. But for me, I think Toyin is like traditional when it comes to her personal dressing. Like, she has been having a particular dress style ever since the show started. I don't know if anybody has been seeing it, but it's like, it's puffy shoulders, suit-like kind of dress code, and I'm not feeling her vibe. I'm never going to lie. I think I'm feeling Chioma's vibe more when it comes to the dressing. So yeah, fashion goddess for the Real Housewives of Lagos. I'm gonna give it up to Chioma unapologetically. If you think differently, let me know in the comment section, guys. But literally, it's been fun watching these women like show drama, and I can't wait for the next episode and seeing the drama that people like Mariam will bring up. Yeah, but I think this was particularly very interesting. The only thing that happened was just the fashion beef, and the truth of the whole matter is Laura looks like the person with the least dress sense, because I really did not understand when that fashion show ended and started. Like, I felt that there was more to the fashion show, but we never saw more. And, you know, literally hearing Chioma say that she literally cannot even wear any of those things outside apart from her bedroom, I'm like, okay, girlfriend, you have to game up. But guys, it was literally fun watching these women do their thing as usual. You guys, throw in your comment section, let me know how you feel about the show. Who are you feeling more in the show? Who is your fave aside the fashion fiasco and the fashion fight? Who is your fave in the show? For me, I think I'm feeling Caroline and Chioma. If we're supposed to rank these women, I'm going to say the best dress is Chioma, followed by Caroline. Yes, I know Caroline is a bit too fleshy sometimes. No. Chioma first, then Iyabojo second, and then third would be Caroline. And then the fourth dress, I would probably give it to Toyin. And maybe we could give it to Laura and then Mariam. Well, Mariam probably is at the end because we've not seen a lot of her fashion sense. Maybe with the time, with the way the show unravels, we'll probably get to know who is doing better. But guys, this is all of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I'm going to see you all in another one for now. Thank you so much for your watch time. Ciao, ciao, guys.